Have you ever felt like your mind doesn't quite fit in with the world around you? Like you're standing in a crowded room, hearing everyone talk, yet quietly sensing that there's something deeper, something invisible pulsing beneath their words. If you've always felt a little different, a little out of place, not because you dislike people, but because you notice what they miss, then this message is for you. There's a reason your mind never rests, a reason you question everything and feel too much. You may simply be someone whose awareness runs deeper than the surface world allows. Today we'll walk through 10 signs you might be too intelligent, too awake, or too inwardly alive for most people, and why that is not a weakness but a quiet form of strength. Let's begin. You question everything. When someone shares a random fact, you don't nod, you investigate. When you hear a story, your instinct says, "Show me the truth." This isn't arrogance, it's a reflex born from clarity. A mind that values truth over comfort cannot rest on assumption. It examines, tests, and seeks evidence. In a world that rewards acceptance, this can make you seem distant or too serious, but in truth, it is the beginning of wisdom. Your skepticism is not cynicism, it's protection against illusion. When others are content to believe what feels easy, you choose to understand what is real. And yes, it can be lonely. People say you think too much. What they really mean is, you see what I ignore. Remember, awareness often looks like overthinking to those who prefer not to see. The next sign, you get bored quickly. Not because you're restless, but because your mind races ahead. You start a new project, a new job, a new series, and within days your brain has already solved its puzzle. You crave challenge like oxygen. Routine suffocates you. Psychologists call it the novelty paradox. The smarter the brain, the less satisfied it is with repetition. You're not chasing chaos, you're chasing growth. It's not that you can't commit, it's that you're seeking the next hill to climb. The danger lies in mistaking motion for meaning. Growth doesn't always require a new mountain. Sometimes it asks you to explore the one you already stand on. So learn to rest inside the silence, to allow boredom to breathe. Great ideas are born in stillness, not in noise. Third, your mind is a battlefield of voices. You don't think, you debate. Every thought you have is met by another one challenging it. You imagine 5 objections before you've even spoken your first word. This is not confusion, it's the way a refined mind examines truth. You test your beliefs before the world can. Yet it leaves you exhausted, torn between possibilities. You crave peace, but your brain never stops its courtroom of logic. Still, remember this: doubt is not weakness. It is the architect of wisdom. Even Socrates built his philosophy on the phrase, "I know that I know nothing." Certainty is the comfort of the shallow. Uncertainty is the companion of the wise. So don't fear your inner debates. They sharpen the blade of understanding. The fourth sign, you feel emotions others cannot sense. You walk into a room and you feel the temperature of energy shift. Someone smiles, but you notice it doesn't reach their eyes. Another laughs too loudly, and you know it's to hide pain. This isn't paranoia, it's perception. Emotional intelligence turned inward so high that it overwhelms. You carry the moods of others until your own heart feels heavy with their weight. You are not cold, you are tired, because you feel the truth beneath every mask. But here lies your power. You can heal what you understand. Sensitivity is not weakness, it is the foundation of compassion. Just learn to protect it. Feel deeply, but don't drown. Observe without absorbing. You are not here to carry every storm. You are here to master your own. Then comes disconnection. You begin explaining an idea that excites you, and halfway through, you realize no one is following. You see patterns too quickly, connect points too far apart, and while others are still understanding step 1, you've already reached the conclusion. That's not arrogance, it's acceleration. You think asynchronously, your thoughts sprint where others stroll, and that gap can isolate you. You either simplify yourself to be understood or retreat into silence. Both hurt. Yet remember, solitude is not punishment, it is preparation. You may not find many who think like you, but you can find those who think with you. The goal is not to fit in, but to connect with those who challenge and expand your mind. Seek shared curiosity, not shared comfort. Fifth, your brain lives in patterns. You don't just see events, you see systems. A coincidence to others feels like a map to you. You find meaning in repetition, intention in randomness, poetry, and chaos. This ability allows you to predict, to create, to solve what others cannot even see. But it can also consume you. You may see patterns where none exist, turning every coincidence into a riddle, every silence into a secret. The gift becomes a cage. The world itself becomes too loud with hidden meanings. So you must learn to step back. Not everything needs decoding. Some things are simply what they are. Wisdom is not in seeing everything, it's in knowing what to let go of. Sixth, you despise small talk. It's not that you can't do it, it's that every shallow word feels like sandpaper against your mind. You crave depth. You want to talk about the meaning of existence, the nature of thought, the soul's journey, not last night's weather or the latest gossip. But in a world built on surface conversation, that hunger can make you seem distant or strange. Yet, even here, patience is strength. Small talk is the doorway to deeper connection. Treat it not as a waste of time, but as an introduction. Because sometimes, the person talking about the weather might be another deep thinker, quietly waiting for permission to dive deeper with you. The seventh sign, you find humor in darkness. While others cringe, you smirk, not out of cruelty but understanding. You see the absurdity of life, the strange comedy woven through tragedy. Studies show people with high intelligence often appreciate dark humor because they can hold multiple truths at once. Pain and laughter, fear and irony, beauty and decay. You laugh not because you're cold, but because you see through the illusion. It's a survival mechanism of awareness. You don't laugh at pain, you laugh through it. It's how the soul keeps breathing in a world full of paradox. Robin Williams, Stephen Hawking, even ancient philosophers all used humor as medicine for their minds. So never apologize for finding light in the shadows. The eighth sign, you overthink happiness. Most people chase joy, you analyze it. You ask, what is happiness really? And in that questioning, you dismantle it. Because your awareness doesn't allow you to simply feel, it makes you understand. And once you understand something, it loses its magic. You might achieve success, but within minutes your mind wonders, what's next? You lie awake at night not worrying but reflecting about meaning, about existence, about why humans seek purpose at all. This is called the intelligence paradox. The more you understand, the harder it becomes to simply be. But meaning doesn't have to come from the universe, it comes from creation. When the world feels too small, build within it. Write, teach, invent, paint, serve. Create something that reflects your awareness. Purpose is not found, it is forged. The ninth sign, you often feel like an outsider, even among those you love. You could be surrounded by laughter and warmth, yet still feel like a distant observer. You see too many angles at once, the fragility of relationships, the fleeting nature of time, the illusions people live in just to stay sane. You love deeply but think broadly, and that duality can feel like exile. But it isn't. It's perspective. You're not disconnected, you're aware. You see the dance between chaos and calm, between what is said and what is meant. It's called metacognitive fatigue, the exhaustion of constantly watching yourself think. It's what makes you both participant and narrator in your own life. But remember, solitude is not a void. It's a temple where deep minds recharge. The goal isn't to belong everywhere. It's to find the rare souls who make your mind feel at home. And finally, the last sign, you never stop growing. Even when you rest, your mind keeps expanding. You're not content with easy answers. You look at the stars and wonder not how far they are, but what they mean. You study people not to judge them, but to understand human nature itself. You live not on autopilot, but in awareness. That awareness can feel heavy, but it's also sacred. Because once you wake up to life's deeper dimensions, you can never return to ignorance. You carry the burden and the blessing of consciousness. You see pain and beauty intertwined, and that is the essence of true strength. So if you've ever felt misunderstood, isolated, or too much, know this. Your difference is not a defect. It is your destiny. The world needs minds that question, hearts that feel, and souls that dare to search. Don't shrink to fit in with those who live half asleep. Continue your journey with presence, purpose, and humility. You are not here to impress. You are here to awaken. The path of intelligence is not about proving you're right. It's about becoming more aware, more compassionate, more whole. And as you walk that path, remember, Solitude is where wisdom grows, curiosity is where it breathes, and connection is where it finds meaning again. Keep walking your daily path to strength, and one day you'll realize you were never too much for the world. The world was simply not ready for your depth. If this message spoke to you, take a moment to breathe, reflect, and share your thoughts below. Which of these signs do you recognize in yourself? And if this reflection awakened something within you, subscribe to Daily Path to Strength, like this video, and share it with someone who thinks deeply too. Because somewhere out there, another mind like yours is waiting to be understood.